Hi Virgos, happy birthday. I'm wearing my Virgo constellation necklace in honor of the occasion. I'm also a Virgo, so I'm excited to shoot this video in particular. I'm sticking with the format that I used last month, which was a 3-card spread with the first card indicating what you should focus on, the second card indicating what you should set aside for the month, and then the third card indicating just another consideration for the month. And I was so excited to tell you happy birthday that I didn't start with my normal introduction of hi, I'm Rebecca from Being Human Tarot, so inserting that in now. Okay, this month I'm using the Kim Krantz's Wild Unknown deck, which you're probably familiar with if you follow tarot at all. And I'm not doing kind of like that bonus oracle draw that I did last month, but I do plan to bring that back in future videos. I'm just a little crunched for time and I want to make sure that I can get all the videos done. So this keeps them like a smidge shorter. Okay, that's it. Let's get started. In your position, and sorry if I keep looking down like this, I'm not like reading notes or whatever, not that reading notes would be bad either, but I have the cards in front of me, and then at the end I'm going to pan down so that you can see them too, but just so that it doesn't seem rude to the viewer if I'm looking down a lot. So we have a great focus of the month. You drew the Wheel of Fortune. It's a beautiful birthday month card, right? It's got like, it's kind of like the wheel, you're going round, it's cyclical, it's our lunar return, solar return, excuse me. And so it honestly seems like it's just gonna be a solid month. There's gonna be good luck this month. It's gonna be kind of one of those months where you gotta go with the flow, which isn't to say you don't like, you know, you just kick back and you're like, well, it's a lucky month, I'll do whatever, everything good will come to me, like still do, you know, the normal stuff that you would do to make your life what you want it to be. But also take the time to, you know, be glad that that it's your birthday. It almost feels like kind of like the new year. I feel like birthdays feel like New Year's. For individual people, it's like, wow, I made it through another one. It's a time for reflection. Sometimes that can be very hard. Birthdays, I know that not everyone is into birthdays as I am also. So if you're someone who gets a little bit sad around birthdays, that's totally normal and okay too. But they're a good time for reflection for sure, and a good time for good things to happen, like the Wheel of Fortune. So this month is, the focus of the month is, I think, really kind of just going with the flow and, you know, trusting the universe, as hippy-dippy as that sounds, not stressing out as much. Virgos can be so in our heads. It's about taking things a little bit easier, enjoying the good things and seeing kind of like what is to come, what ends up taking shape this month. That's good. So, yeah. In your position of what to set aside this month, you drew the 8 of Wands. Which is also, it's kind of complementary to the Wheel of Fortune, I feel like, in the way that I had described it, of going with the flow, and because Virgos can have a hard time doing that. Things often feel more comfortable when they're regimented and planned, but maybe this month is going to be a little bit less like that, and that's totally okay, and don't feel panicked by it. And I mention all of that because you pulled that 8 of Wands, which is the card with like things happening quickly. There's like this thunderbolt in this particular deck that's striking down, but it's in your position. You drew this card in your position of what to set aside for the month. So it's basically like, slow down a little. set aside all of the like maybe hectic normal to-do routines and just kind of enjoy a little bit more. See what happens. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like maybe this will end up being a really short reading because I don't have a ton more to say about the Eight of Wands. It's not necessary to always be going full speed ahead. Depending on the city that you live in, that can be very culturally what's expected too. I live in New York, and so it's very fast paced, and sometimes even just taking the most basic time for yourself, like taking your lunch break, can be kind of like looked down on as not working very hard, or oh, it must be so nice to have time to like go eat. So, you know, take that time for yourself. Don't feel guilty by it. Slow down. And once you slow down, you can often see things. Like if you want to look at it, if you need to reframe it as a Virgo, if you need to reframe it from like a productivity standpoint, sometimes when you slow down, you can notice things that you didn't see before when you were moving so quickly. So you can think of it like that if you need to, and that's useful. Your additional consideration is the Six of Wands. And so normally when the Six of Wands is upright, it's kind of about you being sort of this natural leader and people like being into it and celebrating you. And you're just kind of like riding your like literal high horse and feeling good about it. But with it reversed, it's a message that like, yes, you know your awesomeness. But also don't let it get to a level where your ego is maybe a bit beyond. Remember to be humble, which shouldn't be that hard. Virgos are typically, it feels like a contradiction if as a Virgo I say, yeah, it shouldn't be that hard. Virgos are typically humble. It's not the most humble way to say that. But I know a lot of other Virgos, and a lot of them have kind of trouble singing their own praises, so I don't think that this will necessarily be a problem for everyone by any means. But if you are the type of Virgo who can kind of get a little like high and mighty about things, then just keep in mind this month that you don't want that to get in the way of all of your awesomeness and all of the fun and like exploratory new stuff that's coming your way this month. Just check yourself if you feel like you're getting to a place that might not be the most humble. You can also ask someone to kind of keep you in check. If you have a friend or a coworker, someone you trust. I've definitely said, not so much with humility, but with other things that I know I have issues with. You have to have someone who will be really honest with you to do that for it to work. But if you do, it's great, and you just have to not take offense by it. If you ask for something like that, you can't take offense by it. So anyway, that's it. I feel like this was a super short reading, but it's an exciting reading for me too, and I hope that you got something out of it and that you enjoyed it. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel. If you do subscribe to the channel and you hit the bell icon next to subscribe, you'll get automatically notified as soon as I upload all of the videos for a month, which I'll always do before the 1st of every month, so that you get a little bit of time with them. And that's it. Have a wonderful birthday. If birthdays are harder for you, then just be kind to yourself, and I hope that you're able to not celebrate or celebrate in whatever way you know, makes you feel best. And remember to not be alone, because people can always help. Unless you really need to be alone, and now I'm just like rambling, so I'm gonna stop. But that's it. I'm gonna pause this and pan down now so that you can see the 3 cards spread out as I can. So, bye Virgos. So here you can see, oops, my finger on the camera, as well as the Wheel of Fortune, the 8 of Wands, and the 6 of Wands reversed. A lot of wands, so maybe you're feeling pretty creative this month too. Alright, thanks for tuning in. Bye Virgos.